Hello friends, welcome to Florence. As you can see, I am here. As you probably know already, I'm here in Florence and it is Sunday evening, and I thought it's about time, since I'm catching up on editing, that you hear about and see a little bit of my journey here to Florence. I didn't record much because I'm still in the early anxious stages of recording in public. I'm still kind of feeling myself through it, but I'm a little bit more confident now. So I think the only clips I really have are some on the plane and then my food, like my dinner, not even my breakfast. But yeah, I had dinner on the plane. That was really nice. I wanted to sleep so badly when I got on the plane, but I think in total, I only probably slept 2 hours out of a seven and a half hour flight. So yeah, that was frustrating. So yeah, so everything was great until I'm trying to get to Florence. So let's see, the first thing, obviously I flew into Milan, right? So the first thing I needed to do was get to the Milano Centrale, which is the main station in the center of Milan. And then from there, catch a train to Florence, right? That was the plan. But it turns out, and so I got to Milano Centrale around like 12, right? There were no trains or no seats on any trains leaving there to Florence until the next afternoon, 2 o'clock. There was something for 5 a.m. the next morning, but that was like 100 and something euro. No, so I'm like freaking out, right? I'm like, I have to figure out how to call the apartment people so that I can let them know that I won't make it to Florence until the next day. And they actually have apartments that they rent out in Milan, and I was hoping, okay, maybe they'll be able to find a place for me that I can just stay for the night, not charge me extra, because I just feel like, no. And everything just situated and good to go. And like, once I find out, I'll buy the 2 o'clock ticket and just go to Florence at 2 o'clock. Like, I was just resolved to that fact. So I'm looking for a public phone, and I asked a police officer in the station, and he's like, oh, they're outside. But he asked something about like, are you getting on a train? And I'm like, yeah, but there's no trains to Florence. All this is in Italian. So I was really happy to be able to bust some of that out. And he's like, what? No, that doesn't make any sense. And I'm like, no, I'm telling you, I looked in the ticket machines and there's nothing. And he's like, okay, let's see what's going on here. We got to figure this out. So he goes, he also sees that there's nothing until the next day. And he's like, okay, well, as we were like waiting, he's like, okay, so if there's nothing, there's like 2 options. You can take the bus to Florence, or he's like, because you can't stay at the train station, and like the train station shuts down, right? And he's like, so you either take the bus or you take a train to Bologna, and then from Bologna take a train to Florence, and like hopefully, most likely, he's like, well, get it situated here so you just buy your tickets here and don't have to worry about it. So that's what I ended up doing. I ended up getting a train that was leaving in like 15 minutes. Oh dear God. And I was like all the way up here with the police officer, and the tracks were like all the way down here. Like, what? So yeah, so I had to buy a ticket to Bologna, and then a ticket from Bologna, which ended up being an express to Florence. So I finally got here around like 5:45 or something. Yeah, 5:45. And mind you, I had arrived in the country at like 10:30. Let that sink in. I arrived in the country at 10:30 and I didn't get to Florence till 5:45 in the evening. What? So I finally, and then once I was in Florence, there were no freaking public phones again, so I had to like hop on a store's Wi-Fi that's in the, like a store that was in the train station, get on their Wi-Fi, and I was like trying all of these different ways to like call these people. Nothing worked. And then I was looking at how like the walk to the apartment, and at that point I'm like dead tired, right? I'm like, I'm not lugging my stuff to this apartment. So I was like, I'm just gonna have to deal with a cab. F it, I'm just gonna have to deal with getting a cab. So did that. It only cost me like 12 euros, so that's fine. And I was like checked in thoroughly and good around like 6:30. So that is the story of how I finally got to Florence. I hope you enjoy the little bit that I have here. Go ahead and click the subscribe button and click on that bell so you can keep aware of the next videos that are coming out. There will be hopefully a lot more frequently during my trip here, so you are all caught up with everything that I'm doing while I'm here. Like this video if you sympathize and empathize with my struggles getting here, my travel struggles. And yeah, share this video with anyone who thinks it might be funny to laugh at me and how ridiculous it was getting here. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I will catch you next time. Deuces.